It is snowing like crazy outside. I haven't folded my laundry in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm pretty hungry and should probably make myself food. So I'm gonna talk about fear. Everyone has fears, but one of the great things about growing up is that a lot of those fears can change or disappear. Roller coasters is a fear that a lot of people have. I remember when I was 8 years old, my first time at a theme park, Northern Idaho, Silverwood, the theme park. I went on my first roller coaster and it was absolutely terrifying and I hated it. A couple years later, I went on the same roller coaster sometime in high school and I love it. To this day now, I like roller coasters, whereas when I was younger, I was terrified of them. So on the topic of fear, I thought I would discuss this one time when I fell in love with a girl. This was a situation where I liked this girl and I was at a point in my life where I said, hey, what if I did the thing that people do when you ask a girl to be your girlfriend and you formally date that person. I was 17, still fairly young, hadn't ever done this before, so I just started going over it in my head over a period of a couple weeks. So as I'm going through this idea, I'm thinking, okay, how do I want to make the first step in this process? And of course, what came to my mind was asking her father if I can date her. It was definitely for sure out of respect and I guess consent. Since I was 17, she was 16, we weren't adults. We're not doing this out of the freedom as adults to do it. So I thought, hey, she still is, under her father's rule, and I'll ask him and see what he thinks. I know it totally sounds weird, but that's the situation, and that's what I was going to do. That was the hard part, because comes in fear. No one wants to have any kind of conversation with any cute girl's father or dad about dating or anything weird, especially with the connotations of like marriage and yeah, it could get a little weird. I started with the whole ask the older sister for the dad's cell phone number maneuver. You can have that one for free, you're welcome. Get the dad's phone number, call him up, and leave a voice message. This voice message, if I were to hear it today, would probably be something like the Indiana Jones of all voice messages, whatever that means. So I call the dad and leave a voice message, and essentially the voice message was me saying,
hey, how's it going? I wanted to talk to you about my relationship with your daughter. If we could meet in person sometime, let's have a little chit chat and do that.
That was essentially what I was relaying to him through a phone voicemail. So I waited a couple of days, probably closer in the end of about a week-long period where I didn't hear back from him, so I thought I would call him again and leave another message. This voice message was probably more on the Harry Potter-esque side of things. The next day, I believe it was, he calls me back, and I missed it by a couple of minutes, but leaves me a voice message. And I remember listening to the voice message, standing on the front steps of my house, and my knees go weak. I am in the clear. In the voice message, the dad says, hey, our family is about to go out of town, so I'm sitting at the tire shop. He was there for a couple more hours, just sitting around with nothing to do. And I was welcome to come and join him for a conversation. Got into my truck and drove there. I'm just trying to, drive along, not be too nervous, bumping my favorite jams as I'm going along. But inside, I was just freaking out. This was one of the scariest moments of my life. Very unclear, uncertain point in my time. I'd never done this before, and it was nerve-wracking to say the least. So I show up to the tire shop place, sit down with the dad at this table, and at the beginning with the direction of the conversation, I was very nervous he was just gonna say no. But the cool thing is we talked and he gave me some of the greatest advice on life I have ever been given by an adult. He told me about relationships, dating in high school. He even drew me a graph on like how life works, essentially. And in the end, he said, yes, you have permission to date my daughter, but under the one condition, if you hurt her, I'm gonna hurt you. We get it. So the conversation ended and I left, and it was still a warm, sunny day when I walked out, and I had faced a fear and done something. Now this story isn't about me actually dating her or that whole process, even me asking her out, which was potentially more scary than talking to the dad, but it's debatable. They're pretty equal. The point or moral of the story, or whatever you want to take away from this video, is fear. Facing it isn't going to kill you, or something cliche like that. Why not? No, but seriously, fear is essentially a mindset. It's a way of thinking, and it can be good. There's a such thing as healthy fear, but if you let fear control you, then you're not doing the things you should be doing, probably, like asking the girl's dad if you can date her because you like her. I hope you enjoyed the story. This is my futuristic sweater. It's like I'm from the future or something. Okay, but seriously, I'm very, very hungry, so I am going to go get some food. See ya. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it and want to watch more, here are links to 3 other videos that I've made so far in 2015. Swag.